Hey guys, first grade. We're working from math today or on math today from our page 211 in our book. You should have the worksheet. First thing is always write your name. Then you write the day. And we're going to be talking about odd numbers, talking about even numbers, talking about skip counting, a little bit of review with some coins and how much money is in the back there. But first, we're just going to write our name and then go to number one. I'm going to go through all the directions on this first page for you. All right, let's look at number one. It says the houses on the left side of this canal have odd numbers. Do we know what our odd numbers are? Because before you even start, if you don't know what your odd numbers are, you can't start, you can't begin. So let's look back here. It says odd numbers. What is the first odd number? One. Yes, one is an odd number. We put a comma there because the next odd number is three. All right. And then the odd number after that, I'll give you a hint. Five. That's right. You got it. All right. So we got 5, 7, and 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 odd numbers, and they all skip 2. All right. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Any number that ends with those numbers is an odd number. So when you're looking at the directions there, it says the houses on the left side have odd numbers. The ones on the right have even. You have to write the missing number. But you first have to know what your odd numbers are. And then if you know what the odds are, you also have to know what your even numbers are. So our even numbers are what? We can write 2, 4, 6, 8. Did I forget something? You're right. I forgot something. I forgot to start with the 0. 0. 0 is an odd number or an even number as well. So anything that ends with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 is even. Anything that ends with a 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 is odd. Those are your even and odd numbers. Now, when I say we count by 2s and by 4s and by 6, it's been hard, but we're going to keep practicing that. So count by 2s up to 20. Write that down on your piece of paper and your notebook paper that you have out as well along with your worksheet, and practice counting all the way from 2 to 50. We've done 2 to 20. Count by 2s, and if you mess up, it's okay. Start over. All right. We're looking at number 1 now. Now let's look at number 2. It says write the sums and differences. Circle the answers that are less than 8. So because we're just starting out, I'm going to have my eraser here. I'm going to erase those even and odd numbers that you should already know right now. And we're going to do the first problem on page 211, section 2. So it says, write the sums and differences, circle the answers that are less than 8. We know what sum is, right? Sum is when you're adding, it's addition. When it's a difference, you are subtracting. So number 1 says we have 7 plus 3. All right, can anybody tell me what 7 plus 3 is? I know you're at your house and you're wondering how am I going to hear you, but I trust that I'll feel your energy. All right, so 7 plus 3. We have 7. We have a number line. We're going to go, let's write a number line up here, all right? A little small number line in case you need help with anything. All right, so we have 7. We'll put our mark on 7, and we're going up 3 because it says plus. So we're going 1, 2, 3. That number is 10. So we write 10 down there. So we got the answer right, but the second part of that question says circle the answers that are less than 8. So let's look back at our number line. Is 10 less than 8? No, it's not. It's more than 8. So do we need to circle it? No, we don't. And that's how you're going to do the rest of those problems there on page 211 for number 2, for section number 2. Looking at number 3, it says circle $1. What are those coins that you see on your page? I'm going to erase this while you're telling me. They're silver. They're pretty small. Are they pennies? No, pennies aren't silver, and pennies are worth 1 cent. Okay, what about nickels? I don't know if they're nickels. Nickels look a little bit different. They're a little bit more round. Is it a quarter? Quarter's pretty big. So I don't think it's a quarter. I think those are what we call dimes. If you guess dimes on the first try, congratulations. You're right. You're smart. You probably don't need my help, but I'm going to help you anyway. So it says circle $1. So a dime, as you see right here, says 10 cents. If a dime equals 10 cents and we are trying to get to $1, we can write it like this as well. All right. You want $1 and a dime is only worth, what do we have to do? we have to count by tens until we get to a dollar. So I'll start you off. We got 10 plus 10 equals 20. Is that a dollar? No, we have to keep counting. So we have to add 10 equals 30. How many times do we have to keep adding till we get to 100? I'm going to leave you to figure out. But that's how you're going to solve that problem there with the dimes. A dime is 10 cents. So if you're trying to get to a dollar, you have to count by tens all the way to what number? I'm not going to tell you, but I know you're smart. I know you figure it out. All right, that's on page 211. If you have your sheet, you can flip it over. All right, let's go to page 212. Now, there is a word problem there. And a word problem is pretty much when you have an information that's given to you in a sentence. They're not going to tell you the answers. You have to figure it out by reading the sentence. And it says, Sam, this is your problem. You're in the book. Sam found 3 cone shells and 5, that word is scallop shells, while at the beach. How many shells did he find altogether? You have to figure out the problem. A quick way to figure out that problem, and I'm going to move over here because I have a word problem on the board for you. All right. It says a bicycle has 2 tires. So the quickest way to figure something out like that, I'm sorry, I disappeared from the video. You can hear me, but you can't see me. A bicycle has 2 tires. Now it has 2. If you want to figure it out quickly, what you can do is you can underline or you can circle when you hear a number. So a bicycle has 2 tires. Remember that. Remember that. You can even write it down. We have 2. A tricycle. Anybody know what a tricycle is? You ever rode one? Yeah, I remember those. A tricycle has 3 tires. Ooh, so a tricycle has 3 tires. Those are the information there. Now let's look at the problem. It says there are 2 bicycles and 1 tricycle on the playground. How many tires are there? Okay, so there's 2 bicycles. But guess what? A bicycle has 2 tires. So we're going to write it here. 2. But there's 2 bicycles. So we add another 2. So now we have both bicycles covered. All right. There's 2 plus 2. What is 2 plus 2? If you said 4, you are correct. So we have 4. But now we have to add, it says there are 2 bicycles and there's 1 tricycle on the playground. How many tires does a tricycle have? Let's go back and look at the code. Tricycle has 3 tires. Okay, so we have 4. Then we're going to add how many tires? 1, 2, 3. So we add 3. So now we have our formula. There are 2 bicycles. We've added those. There's 2 bicycles, 2 tires for each one, gives us 4. And then there's 1 tricycle that has 3 tires. We add 4 plus 3 together. How many tires are there? If you know 4 plus 3. You have 4, right? 5, 6, 7. Everybody get it? You have 4, 5, 6, 7. So we added together and we got 7. The word problems are simple, just like that, but it's good to identify the numbers that you hear. A bicycle has 2 tires, tricycle has 3. So when you're reading the problem, there are 2 bicycles. Ooh, that number stands out. And 1 tricycle. Ooh, stands out. Circle it. It'll help you, and then you go back and you add it up all together. So when you're looking at page 212 in your book, Sam found 3 cone shells. Circle it. He found 5 scallop shells. Circle it. How many shells did he find together? So it's asking you, how many did he find? So if you have 3 and you have 5, what do you need to do? I just may have given you the answer, but hopefully you can figure it out. That's on page 212. The next problem, pretty simple. It says write the sums. You're going to write the sums, and then you're going to go with the clock on number 3. What time is it? If you need any help with the clock, maybe you can find a clock or you have one. We're going to be doing some more math work with clocks this week. But if you have a clock in your house, you can look at the numbers. Remember, all the numbers we're counting by 5s. And the little hand points to the hour. The big hand points to the minutes. Remember that. Little hand points to the hour. Big hand points to the minutes. Number 4, pretty simple. Counting by 2s. All you have to do is count by 2s. Remember your even and odd numbers, okay? And then last but not least, on problems 5 and 6, you're writing the greatest numbers from least, or you're writing the numbers from least to greatest. And then on number 6, you're doing how many cents. You're counting coins. It's not cheating on this worksheet if you want to ask your mom and dad for some real change. so you can figure out and identify real coins, real money. So yet, let that be your help for you, okay? Last but not least, we're going to do a little bit of work with fact families. We have been working with this a lot in class recently, but I want to make sure that we're reviewing. So you have 7 here. We have 2, and we have 5. 5 black marbles, 2 blue marbles. So the problem, we're trying to get to 7. So what's a formula that we can write to get to 7? It's already written, the first one. We can write 2 plus 5, right? That's a really bad 2, Mr. Hunter. All right, so 2 plus 5. But then what's another way we can write it? We can write 5 plus 2. Okay, is that all we can do? That is for the addition. So what is 2 plus 5? 2 plus 5 equals 7. What is 5 plus 2? 5 plus 2 equals 7. But now, in order to do a full family, we did the addition. We have to do the subtraction. We have to show the difference. So now we have to put the answer, which is 7, and we put that in the front. What is 7 minus 2? That's going to give us 5. And then we have the answer again. We have 7. What's the other number that we had? We already used this number on that side, which was 2. We had 5 there. So we're going to do 7. And I apologize for my 7s looking pretty terrible there. 7 minus 5 equals 2. That is what you call a fact family. We had 4 different formulas that we were able to use just by doing the problem to find the families for number 7 there. Number 10 might be a little bit different. All right, so let's look at this. You have 5 and 5 on each side. So we're going to write that. We're going to write 5 plus 5 equals 10. Is there anything else we can do with an addition for the fact family for 10? 5 plus 5? No, it's pretty even there. So now we have to do the subtraction. So can we do 5 minus 10? No, that's not correct. And that's something that's tricked us in the past, but it's not going to trick us now. We have to take the answer. Remember, we take the answer and we take 10, and then we subtract what was over here. What was over there? 5. So we subtract 5, and it gives us the answer of 5. So for some numbers, you're not going to have 4 different families or 4 different formulas. For some, you're only going to have 2. For some of them, you might have 1. But just a review there. Hope you understood the word problems, the fact families, and also the money problems that you have over here. If you guys have any questions, need any help, feel free to ask me. Again, you're working on pages 211, 212. I hope it goes well. We'll see you tomorrow.